asked for food from the heaven, but Allah gave them a lesson in faith, humility, and responsibility. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala Rasulullah Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. Today we learn from the dua of Prophet Isa, the dua of a leader who wants only the guidance and the goodness of his people. And the dua also that we all learn that it is okay to ask for a miracle or a sign from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when our hearts need assurance. SubhanAllah, this dua from Prophet Isa comes near the very end of Surah Al-Ma'idah. And I just want to take a moment here to go on a tangent. If you realize in many of these videos that we're doing, many of these du'as that are mentioned of the prophets come near the end of the surah. If you go through the longer surahs in the beginning of the Quran, you will find many of them end with some sort of dua. In that, we learn a lesson that in any situation, in any meeting, in any decision taking space, after any action, we should always end what we do with dua. SubhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us that at the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, Surah Al-Imran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, that we end with some sort of dua. So this dua actually comes near the end of Surah Al-Ma'idah. This surah itself is named after this situation in which the followers of Prophet Isa alayhi salam come to him and ask him for a miracle. It had been many years since he had been teaching them, healing them, calling to the way of one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he was sitting with some of his closest companions around them. And they asked for him of a miracle. They said to him, O Isa, ask our Creator, our Rabb, our God, to send to us a sign, a miracle. We want a table spread of food, many diverse foods, lots of delicious foods. And the Prophet Isa asked them, alayhi salam, is this because you have doubt? And they said, no. They said, لِتَطْمَئِنَّ قُلُوبِنَا, so that our hearts will be reassured. Which other prophet taught us that? We see something very similar in the story of Prophet Ibrahim. There's a time when Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam came to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asked him, Oh Allah, show me how you bring life back to the dead. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked him, is it because you doubt? And Ibrahim never doubted. From a very young age, Ibrahim alayhi salam never doubted. It was not doubt, it was just reassurance. It was just recommitment of his heart and his faith, strengthening of his faith. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells Prophet Ibrahim, take the birds and cut them into pieces, put them on the different hills, call them, and they will come back to life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed him that miracle. So this is very similar in terms of the prophets asking for something to make their heart stronger and their faith stronger. So we learn that even the most faithful, like Sayyidina Ibrahim and Sayyidina Isa, those who are from Ulul Azm, the prophets that were steadfast and committed and persistent and courageous, sometimes they need these miracles to keep them on their path and to keep them grounded and to keep them moving forward for so many years. So it is even all of us as we go through the tests and trials of life, as we continue to journey on in our path of da'wah and calling others to justice and doing good and only doing good only for the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and keeping our sincerity clear of anything except the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are times when we will need a sign, we will need a miracle, and it's okay if we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this miracle. And so Sayyidina Isa says to his followers, I will ask that from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is again Prophet Isa teaching us, like all the other prophets and all the other of these videos of this series, we learn that you begin by mentioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, you are our Rabb. You are the one that created us. You are the one that sustains us. You are the only one worthy of our worship. Then you ask, and you be specific in your ask. Descend upon us a table spread that will be a festival, a celebration for all of us, that we will always remember, and a sign from you, O Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For you are, again, you end your dua with, again, mentioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His strength and His power. You are the provider, and from you comes the best provision. So Prophet Isa asks for this miracle for his Hawariyun, for his followers. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes this miracle happen. They get to eat from this table spread and their heart gets full of faith and they get reassurance. But then we also learn from this experience of Sayyidina Isa, from the story at the end of Surah Al-Ma'idah, that with these miracles comes responsibility. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, قَالَ اللَّهُ إِنِّي مُنَزِّلُهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I will let this descend upon you. I will let this ma'idah, this table spread descend upon you. فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بَعْدَ. But those of you who choose disbelief after this miracle. فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بَعْدُ مِنْكُمْ فَإِنِّي أُعَذِّبُهُ عَذَابًا لَا أُعَذِّبُهُ أَحَدًا مِنَ الْعَالَمِينَ. If you choose to disbelieve after you see this amazing miracle, then you will be punished with a punishment that I have never punished those before you. So in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala teaches us that when we ask for miracles from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we ask for support for our faith, when we ask for grounding, and this sign and this miracle comes to us, then it should actually make us more strong in our faith. It should actually have that positive reassurance for our hearts. If we turn that miracle and fall off from the straight path and choose disbelief, then actually that can be very harmful to us and can lead to a punishment that is a very difficult punishment. May Allah protect all of us from all of this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns the followers of Isa that yes, I will send you this sign, but be careful how you react when the sign comes to you. You promise that you want it because you want your hearts to be reassured. And so when I give it to you, make sure that you eat and from the blessings, that you benefit from the rizq, but also make sure that this benefit on your physical body also benefits your heart and your mind and your soul, and your iman increases, and you continue on the path of struggle and resistance and getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and calling for what is good and calling for the worship of one God. So this is a dua that we learned from Prophet Isa, that subhanallah, that the leader, Isa was their leader, and he could have become frustrated with them. He could have said, I've shown you so many miracles. I've been able to heal the leper. I've been able to bring sight to the blind. I've been, all of these things, all of these miracles. And again, after so many years of teaching and healing and preaching, you're asking me for another amazing miracle. But he did not become frustrated. He asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because he loved his people. So subhanAllah, as we are on this path of leadership, as we are on this path of being da'i, of calling people to the worship of God, we cannot become overwhelmed and we cannot become frustrated. When they ask us, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, help us in guiding those who we hope to be guided through the signs that you sent to us. SubhanAllah, what a merciful and compassionate and beloved Prophet was Sayyidina Isa, how much he loved his people and how much he wanted only for the best for them. And from his sincere dua, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala showed them the sign. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, when we make these sincere du'as that are very specific, we remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's power, we remember his abilities. إِنَّكَ قَادِرٌ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. You, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, are capable of all things. What Sayyidina Ibrahim asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, show me, bring life to the dead. What Sayyidina Isa asked from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, descend upon us a table spread of delicious food. Allah is capable of all things. He's capable of all signs. But we have to be careful. When those signs come our way, then we react and we take these signs as a reassurance for our heart, and we continue in what pleases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.